Well, hi there, my young friends. How much do I miss you? This much I miss you. Okay. So, as I said earlier, we are learning about how God created the earth and used his creativity. Okay. And how he created the whole earth. Remember my globe? All right. Well, we are going to start this off by reading the story out of our Celebrate Wonder Bible storybook. Okay? So, find a comfy spot and be ready to listen. God creates the earth. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 through 19. In the beginning, the earth was empty and shapeless. God spoke, "Let there be light," and light was made. God separated light from dark. God called light day and dark night. God said, "Let there be sky," and there was a sky. God said, "Let there be water and dry land." God called the dry land earth and the water seas. God saw how good it all was and created more. God said, "Let there be plants on the earth." And plants began growing on the earth. God saw how good it all was and created more. God said, "Let there be a sun in the day sky and a moon and stars in the night sky." God saw how good it all was and created more. I wonder, what was it like for God to make the earth? What do you think? So I think God probably thought it was pretty neat what he made. I know when I work hard on making something and then I get to sit back and look at it or watch it happen, I feel pretty good about myself, especially when it all works out. And I don't know about you, but I look around and I think the earth looks pretty neat. If I was God, I'd be pretty satisfied and happy with it. Okay? I'm going to focus on two main parts of this. The first part talks about let there be light. God called the light day, and he separated the light from the dark. Okay? So light was day, dark was night. I bet you knew that already, didn't you? So when it's light and it's day, what are some things you do? I bet you said play, school, run around. Do you ride your bike? Do some of you go to the park? Or maybe you go in your backyard and play? Do some of you play video games? Now get out of the house and go do something active and fun. No, video games are okay sometimes. Okay, and like what do you do at the night when it's dark out? I bet a lot of you said sleep. I know that's what I do when it's dark. I love my sleep. But maybe we play outside, but it's dark out. But I bet we're inside. It's a great time to play games and activities with our family. Maybe we watch a little bit of TV.
Text message.
Okay. So we're going to do an activity that is light and dark. And I got to run upstairs and go get a helper, and then I'll be back down, and we're going to do this activity. So
Text message.
find some room because you're going to have to be a little active, okay? All right, be right back. Okay, so I found the darkest room in my house, okay, and I found a little helper. So when the light's on, we get to be all active like we are during the day, okay? Because the light on means daytime. But when the light's off, it's nighttime. We're tired, we're sleepy, okay? So we're gonna start with daylight. All right, so we're running, we're having fun, Okay, oh,
It's nighttime. Oh, it's morning. Yes, God created the day. That means we get to play. Let's go to school. Let's go learn. We run. Oh, it's nighttime. Those nighttime animals come out. Oh, sleepy, sleepy. Oh, it's daytime. All right. Nighttime. Oh, morning. Nighttime. Morning. Whoa, more. Okay.
So, you could go as fast as you want,
I don't think God went quite that fast.
but it was pretty fun. So,
If your mom and dad let you,
you could play
God created day.
God Created Night in a house of your own. Okay? All right. Another really neat thing about this new curriculum wonder that I have is that there is a video every week, and it's on Amplify Media. And I will be getting some more information to your parents about this. But we're going to watch the session one video that goes with this. And she is going to talk to you a little bit more about God's creation. Okay, so that's what's next.
Wait, where are the lights? I can't see anything. There they are. Hi, I'm Carly, and welcome to Celebrate Wonder. I wonder what it was like to only have darkness. In our story today, God begins in complete darkness and then creates light. Can you imagine a whole world of darkness and then God decides to create something that is the opposite? The coolest thing about God's creation is that it all matters. Both the light and the darkness are really important. God named the darkness night and the light day and said that both of them were good. Honestly, I used to be really afraid of the dark, and I thought that it was bad because I couldn't see and I wondered about all that was around me. I hid under my blanket or turned on the lights after my parents went to bed so that I could see. Now, even when I get a little scared, I can rest much better. I know that darkness is a part of God's creation, and God said it was good. Let's think about it. If it was always night, what would we be missing? Well, the plants wouldn't have the sun to help them grow, and it might be hard to find where we were going. What if it was always day? I think we would be really tired, because it would be so hard to sleep with the sun so bright, and the plants would burn from the hot sun all day. Friends, God didn't just make sure there was night and day. God also created land, so there was land and sea, and said both of them were good too. God was creating space and home for all the future plants, animals, and humans. Wow, God's creativity is really awesome. Creativity is the process of imagining and making something, like God imagined and created the world. Are there things that you imagine and want to create? Would you have changed the sun or make the moon differently? Creativity is all about imagining and creating. God's creativity is so beautiful. God imagined and then made space that God saw as good. My favorite part is that we get to experience God's creation together. Now, you wonder.
Now we wonder. I like that too. We do get to celebrate God's creation together. It's a great way of putting that. All right. So, the next thing we get to do is we get to go out and we're going to go outside and we are going to check out God's creation outside. So, that is the second part of, remember, I told you I was splitting this in two, right? So, we did an activity on the light in the day. Okay. Now, the second part is that I wanted to focus on is let there be plants on the earth. okay? And there's dirt, and there's trees, and there's leaves that fall. So we're going to go outside. We're going to go outside. We're going to take a walk around, and we're going to see what we can all find. Because then, hopefully, you found this page, okay? This is your journal page. And what we're going to do when we come back with this is you're going to journal what you think God's creation is to you. So you are going to get to be able to draw. So like I have my pencil bag here. And so I have all sorts of things in my pens. And I have a couple different pencils. I use mechanical. I'm sure that you have other ones. Okay. And I have some different colored markers. Okay. Here's a green and a blue and a purple and an orange. See all them? Okay. And deep down here, I also have some markers. Okay. So we'll come back to that. But so you can color this and draw, but you also get to, you're going to get to glue anything you find outside. So, okay, so Ari and I came out to check out nature, and we found something right away.
That's a snake on our stairs. A golden snake. And I just came outside and I just saw it, and he saw me run.
And whether we like snakes or not, which I don't, God did create them. Yeah, well, I'm staying back here. But God also created the bushes and the grass. A little snake's in there somewhere, but I don't know where he went. Oh, he went way over here. Guess I'll be leaving him alone. What else can we find on our little nature walk? All right, there's our neighbor's bushes. So we have all these trees. Okay. Leaves fall on the ground. Sticks fall on the ground. Okay. And this is just outside my house. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to listen to all the sounds that you hear. I could definitely hear somebody working on their lawn. If you're really quiet, you can hear the wind and the leaves rustling. Except right now, you're going to hear a car drive by. You're going to hear somebody pounding. Sounds like on a roof. Listen for the wind. Then, for your journal, the other thing I told you could do is you can pick up leaves. I could pick up a stick. For the record, I am not going to pick up a snake, but you can pick up anything that you find in nature. Okay? I'm gonna pick up one of these. You know what? I should get a piece of grass. Oh, and I have one of these leaves I could take. It's my grass. So there's a piece of grass. Okay. So I can take all this stuff and then I'm going to go back to my journal and I'm going to glue these down along with my drawings to make my journal, okay? I'll meet you at my journal. Okay, so I'm back down here. I got the God's World Journal page, okay? So remember I told you you could draw with a pencil, okay? So I might go ahead and I might draw my house because God created my house, okay? All right. If I want to color it, I could color it. So like I have some red bricks on my house, okay? And this is yours, so it can be whatever you want, okay? Okay, so that's what I have so far, my house. Okay. And my roof is kind of brown. Okay. All right, and so I can finish that later. I can also do something like this to where I'm going to take my brown and maybe I'm going to draw, I'm going to color it in, the trunk of a tree. See, but what am I missing? The top of the tree. So maybe I take my leaf and what if I glue my leaf on it? Which would mean I'd have to find my glue. Okay. Found my glue. Okay, so we can take the glue and we can glue. I can glue my leaf and my stick down. So then I'd have the top of my tree. All right. And then I could take my other leaves, okay, and maybe put them on the ground. And then I would take all of these things and voila! And I would have my new design. Except I can't get it. There. How's that? All right. Now, if you didn't have one of these papers, not a big deal. Get any piece of paper. Get any color piece of paper. Doesn't matter at all. And that is your journal. And of course, we would love it if you would post them on the Facebook page, as always. All right. Now, the other thing that you might have gotten if you registered for Sunday school is you might have got one of these sheets, okay, and printed these out. Now, if you look on these, let's see if we can figure out what's day one. Which picture would be day one? That's right, God created light and dark. So that's day one. What's day two? That's right, sky and the seas. And day three? Day three is right here, plants. Day four, the stars. Day five, we got the creatures of the sea. Day six, Adam and Eve. And what did God do on day seven? Rest. And guess what? If you can't remember those, the numbers are on the back. So what you'll do is you take your scissors and you cut these out. Okay, cut each one of them out. And then there's a little hole there. You take your yarn, put it through, and you make yourself a mobile. And then you can hang it up, okay? And you can show us that on Facebook too. All right. So to finish up today, we are going to finish up with a prayer. Because today we try to connect to God through the beauty in our everyday lives. Okay? So, this is a repeat after me prayer. Hey God, the earth and the water are just two of your creations. Help us to remember that we can create beauty just like you. Plants and trees are some of your other creations. Help us remember to appreciate those when we go outside. Help us remember to care for and to be creative. Amen. And I will see you next week.